like you said, wheat or whatever. And because I've always wondered, like, how do they, and it looks like it's a very simple system.
And that significantly reduces the cost of farming.
Correct.
Yeah, and will reduce the cost of
But
of food.
again, remember, farming here is subsidized.
Farming here is very heavily subsidized.
Heavily subsidized. Heavily subsidized.
If you're YouTube,
You can actually farm using your tractor, depending on which tractor it is, and it's basically automated.
Oh, that I do not know, like a self-driving tractor.
Correct. There's certain things, like let's say farming equipment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So here's the thing: if I was the president of Kenya, and no shade to the entertainment industry, I would have focused on watu kama kina John Deere. Like companies that I know where we already have an presence, existing industry, where I know the presence of a certain company could benefit a very big number of Kenyans. Now, the thing is, I have my own theory why they went to do the movie, why they went the movie route. I have my own theory why they did that. Public relations.
Okay.
Public relations, aesthetics. I hope I'm totally wrong. I hope, like by next year, we are just having Kenyan actors who are being paid, like $100,000 a movie, like 500. I hope so. I'll be so happy, like if that happens. But to me, I think it would have been better to go to places where we already have some semblance of an industry, such that if we get, like commitment by a certain company, let's say like to have footing in Kenya, we already know this is gonna employ, like maybe 10,000 people if they come to Kenya. So that's just my thinking. But they chose the movie route. I hope it works.
Yeah, and Ali, I'm with you on the John Deere one, because something people don't know or may not know, or do you know that John Deere has, and it's something that they've been doing a lot. They have, you can actually farm using your tractor, depending on which tractor it is, and it's basically automated.
Oh, that I do not know, like a self-driving tractor.
Correct.
But now where the tractor driver
we have
is
them.
get
No,
jobs.
we have them in Kenya. The guys who are using them, we have them in Kenya.
Okay, I did not know.
And
that.
what it does, that tractor has software and everything. It comes on your phone and everything. And what it does is it's kind of like the e-vacuum ya nyumba. That the one that
the robo vacuum.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it maps out your land for you. It will go out, it will till for you, it will do whatever. So you program what you want it to do. Unaianzisha, and it's doing the job.
So that will be good for large scale farming.
Correct. And or even if you have like 2 acres or 3, depends. Sasa na mfuko yako, right?
Yeah.
Because you can have that tractor doing what it's doing while you're doing something else. You know what I'm saying? So as a farmer, because farming is very expensive, it's extremely expensive.
Yeah.
So if you put in the correct tools and the correct things in place,
yes,
then
agribusiness.
Yes.
Yeah, agribusiness is something that can get very big.
I know guys here in the US who have those tractors doing those sorts of jobs for them in Kenya.
I live, I think it's 7-8 minutes from a part of Montgomery County that's an agricultural reserve, meaning there can never be any development there. And there's a John Deere dealership out there, and there's a lot of big farms that you'll see out there growing wheat, growing all kinds of crops that I don't even know exactly.
Combine harvesters is another one.
Yes.
And in this area of Maryland, also with the way that I don't know if you guys have seen it. If you're driving to Delaware, you know the way they have what is it called? The way they water.
Yeah.
They have these
irrigation
system that are long pipes that are sitting on.
If you drive to Ocean City,
yes,
you will see a lot of them.
You see,
you're going towards Ocean City.
And now imagine if you put in that type of system in a maize growing area, or like you said, wheat or whatever. And because I've always wondered, like, how do they, and it looks like it's a very simple system.
And that significantly reduces the cost of farming.
Correct.
Yeah, and will reduce the cost of
But
of food.
again, remember, farming here is subsidized.
Farming here is very heavily subsidized.
Heavily subsidized. Heavily subsidized.
If you're YouTube people,
Okay. It's heavily subsidized. So the whole point of it is that those sorts of things you would probably try to pick up and get from here because, again, we are a big agricultural economy. And we can push it harder or farther. And there's areas where land is not being utilized at the level it should be utilized for growing crops, especially to say, ile side ya kwenda towards TZ. If you're going towards Amboseli or
Taveta, Taita Taveta.
No. This where you can see even Mount Kilimanjaro. What the heck is this area called? You Peter, you're going. You see you can see Mount Kilimanjaro where the Maasais are. It's one side is
Narok?
Maasais. No. It's all. God dang it, I have to remember. But they do a lot of vegetables. In that area.
Yeah.
And you Peter Amboseli. You Peter Amboseli. You keep going. Like you're going to TZ. It's still Kenya, and they're on each side of the border. Kuna Maasais. There are Maasais on the Kenya side, and there are Maasai on the other side.
Okay.
I forget.
Am I talking about Namanga?
No.